everyone. Welcome to the 7th annual Volunteer Memphis Awards. I am Stephanie Skurlock, and I'll serve as your MC for the evening. I'm with WREG TV News Channel 3, the evening anchor. I anchor the 5, 6, and 10. You might say I have a hall pass for today's 5 and 6 to be here with you today, but it's, I guess I'd be remiss if I don't put in a shameless plug to please watch me on the news at 10. But it is an honor to be with you today. 7 years is a long time in some regards, and it has a significance, the number 7. It has, some people say it's lucky, and some say it even has spiritual connotations. God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th, he rested. There's 7 colors in the rainbow, 7 seas, 7 continents, and we could go on and on about the number 7. But tonight, it's significant in this regard is because for 7 years, we've been able to honor the thousands of volunteers and corporations and nonprofits and healthcare workers who give of their time, talents, and treasures to make Memphis and the greater Mid-South a better place to live. So that is worthy of an applause in itself. Well, I know you all have enjoying the food already because the plates are, getting emptied. But it's never too late to bless the food and to bless this event. So to do that, we're going to bring up Bishop Edward Stevens from Golden Gate Cathedral, and he is going to offer a blessing. And he's also tied to Leadership Memphis. He was in the executive program 2023, so he's special to this organization. Come on up.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we are grateful and we're thankful as you've blessed us to gather here this evening in the spirit of community, the spirit of gratitude. We invoke the collective energy and spirit of goodwill and selflessness that embodies our wonderful, vibrant city, Memphis. Let us honor tonight, Heavenly Father, and celebrate all of those who, through their acts of kindness and volunteerism, illuminate the path of service to others. May we recognize tonight the dedication, the tireless effort of our volunteers whose hands and hearts have shaped the very fabric of our city's social tapestry. In their selfless deeds and compassionate endeavors, they sow seeds of hope and unity that flourish within our neighborhoods and beyond. And as we come together to pay homage to these unsung heroes, let us remember the words of Maya Angelou. I have found that among its other benefits, giving liberates the soul of the giver. May the passion and commitment of our volunteers inspire us to emulate their example and to lend a helping hand where one is needed. In the spirit, Heavenly Father, of appreciation and reverence to you, we thank you for all things at all times. Let us continue to embrace the light from you that radiates and guides us toward better and more hopeful thoughts for our city. It is in your wonderful name that we do pray, and the people said together, amen.
Thank you, Bishop, for that wonderful prayer, and thank the wife, Lady Beverly, for sharing you with us tonight. All right. Before we honor our awardees, we have a few guests that we would like to welcome to the stage in order to offer their congratulations. So at this time, we're going to kick things off, and I want you to join me in welcoming the President and CEO of Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis, Mr. Reggie Crenshaw.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome and congratulations to all our Volunteer Memphis Award finalists, Impact Award recipients, sponsors, Leadership Memphis board members, supporters, and families and friends who are here tonight. We are incredibly excited to be able to host you all at this year's Volunteer Memphis Awards. I want to thank our presenting sponsors, International Paper and Memphis Tourism, and the Memphis City Council and Volunteer Tennessee for their generous support of today's ceremony. I also want to thank all of our sponsors, our corporate and nonprofit partners, volunteers, and supporters for making this event possible. With your help, Volunteer Memphis is continuing to grow and reach its goal of serving communities across the Mid-South. I would also encourage everyone who wants to support and be a part of our community of volunteers to, one, register with Volunteer Memphis so that you can see all the list of projects and all the opportunities. And if you have projects and opportunities yourself, you can post them on the site. It really is important for us to think about the area, because we've had roughly 300,000 people in this area that volunteer in the Mid-South on a continuous basis. And there are so many people in the community that need volunteers. And if it wasn't for the volunteers, there are a lot of services that would go unmet. So for all of you that are here, I would just ask that you would just give a round of applause for all the volunteers who are here. Volunteer Memphis has a mission, which is to engage volunteers and impact Memphis. And this year, we have seen the Mid-South continue its storied history of volunteering to impact communities and enhance people's lives for the better. Right now, we have roughly 37,000 volunteers that are registered. We have over 500 agencies that are registered. And these volunteers, just in this fiscal year alone, which is from July until now, have done almost 14,000 hours of volunteering. If you look at 2023 alone, they did roughly 22,000 hours of volunteering. So we know that the volunteer efforts that are necessary to do in the community, we know we have a community of people that love to give back. And I appreciate what Bishop Stevens said, is that, you know, you come here to serve, and service is really an important part of the fabric of the Mid-South. As I think about Leadership Memphis is grateful to have a caring and engaged board of directors that helps achieve our goals. And we know that that is volunteer service. So just be real clear that if you are on the board, you are definitely volunteering. You don't get paid for your time on the board. It's a lot of volunteering. It's a lot of calls during different times of the day from people like me asking questions or possibly complaining. But, you know, the vast majority of it is that it's a passion for the organization and it's a passion for giving back. So at this time, I would like to introduce one of our chief volunteers on the board, which is our board chair, Renee Bustamante, who's the Executive Vice President and Chief Operations Officer and Chief Financial Officer for the University of Memphis. And I would ask him to come and speak on behalf of the board of directors.
Thank you, Reggie, and good evening, everyone. It is so good to be here with you tonight, and obviously celebrating all of the accomplishments that all the volunteers have made over the years. So thank you for being here. As many of you may be aware, we recently announced that Reggie will be stepping down from the President-CEO position of Leadership Memphis to pursue another opportunity in the corporate world. On behalf of the board of directors, I want to thank Reggie for his years of service to Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis, both as a volunteer and as president and CEO. The organization has experienced great success under his leadership, and he has positioned us to continue to achieve great things. And I'll simply just say, he's a friend, and he is also an alum of Leadership Memphis. And for me, I will tell you, as chair of the board, it's one of those moments where it's happy, but at the same time sad to see him go. But we're always going to be eternally grateful for everything that you have done, and we thank you. And as I told him, he continues to be part of Leadership Memphis. He claims he graduated from the best class ever. It's not 2009. I just want to let you know. But thank you, my friend, for everything. I also would like to welcome Shirley Ford as the interim president and CEO as we search for our next president. Shirley has served the organization in many volunteer capacities over the years, and her 30-plus years of experience in finance and administration will be an invaluable asset to us moving forward. She has been a past president of the board for Leadership Memphis, and I was very proud to have served under her leadership in that capacity. So for me, I was ecstatic to see her stepping into this role, and I thank her for doing that. And it's going to provide us with continuity as we move forward and look for a permanent person to replace Reggie. Shirley, would you mind standing so we may recognize you? We will not ask Shirley to speak tonight since she is not officially on the clock, but I'm sure she will make a priority to share her plans for the near term with all of us at a later date. So thank you, Shirley, again. And welcome. All right, now back to our regularly scheduled program. I am sure I speak on behalf of all of our Leadership Memphis board members, and I see many of them here. And actually, if you are a board member, could you please stand up so we can recognize you as well? As Reggie said, they do not get paid. They get lots of phone calls all the time. So, but thank you for the service that you provide to us. All right. So, Volunteer Memphis is focused on impacting people where they live. Our volunteers distribute food, products, build homes for families, donate life-saving blood, serve at local school events, clean our parks, and spend time with people in need to let them know that we are a community of people who care for one another. Today, I want to offer my congratulations and the congratulations of the Leadership Memphis Board of Directors to all of our finalists and awardees. Thank you, as well as our generous sponsors, the Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis staff, my fellow board members, and our supporters for the work to make this event and Volunteer Memphis possible. This evening, we celebrate the selfless service of Mid-South volunteers, nonprofits, businesses, and healthcare workers, as well as say thank you for your work in our communities. Our presenting sponsors, International Paper and Memphis Tourism, have prepared videos demonstrating the importance of volunteerism and their commitment to supporting Mid-South volunteers.
We mobilize our people, our products, and our resources every day.
Did I know that our people would mobilize? Definitely. These are good people. These are community-minded people. These are people that want to step outside of themselves and their families to help others. So there was no doubt in my mind that they would not jump on board with me.
We're able to support the community by providing those products to help girls stay in school and then hopefully be able to come and be employees at International Paper.
IP has been very helpful to the city, very concerned about the community. It's very consistent with it. It doesn't go up and down. It's always a consistent care.
We mobilize our people, products, and resources to address critical needs where our employees live and work. And the way that we do that is through our 4 signature causes: education, hunger, health and wellness, and disaster relief.
I am proud to be IP because not only do we work to make sure that the people that work at IP feel good about IP, but that we also work to make sure the communities around us are supported because we're in the community.
Welcome to Memphis, where hospitality meets excellence. We're dedicated to supporting and training the Memphis hospitality industry, immersing professionals in our rich culture and history, and opening doors to rewarding career opportunities. Join us in shaping the hospitality of the future and celebrate our exceptional workers with the prestigious PIC Awards. Visit welcometomemphis.org today. Welcome to Memphis. Welcome to your future.
Well, thank you again to International Paper and Memphis Tourism for your sponsorship of this event. I know you all are kind of situated in tables, but can we get the folks from International Paper to stand? Where's our International Paper table? Thank you. Memphis Tourism, where's our Memphis Tourism table? A very spirited table there. Thank you all so much for what you all are doing in presenting this volunteer award, sponsoring it tonight. So let's recognize and celebrate our awardees now. Join me to announce the recipients of this year's Youth Volunteer of the Year and Adult Volunteer of the Year. We will have International Paper's Senior Manager of Global Corporate Responsibility and Community Engagement, Elisa Campbell-Shaw.
Thank you, Stephanie. I am honored to be here representing International Paper and our commitment to supporting Mid-South volunteers through Volunteer Memphis Awards. Today, I will be presenting the Youth Volunteer of the Year and the Adult Volunteer of the Year awards. These volunteers give tirelessly to initiatives that are truly making a difference in our communities. As a result, these volunteers were nominated for going above and beyond the call of service. First, I'd like to recognize all of our finalists before welcoming the award recipient to the stage. Here are our finalists for the 2024 Youth Volunteer of the Year.
So I volunteered in many places like pumpkin patches, food banks, Top Soccer, which Top Soccer is, I used to play soccer, and Top Soccer is a lot of special needs kids come out on a Saturday afternoon and we play soccer for an hour. It's just for fun, stuff like that. I've obviously packed mental health bags. I volunteered a lot in my church for like Church Fest, Spring Fest, Hallelujah Fest, which is for Halloween. My mom likes to help out a lot. She does a lot of volunteering of nonprofit organizations and stuff like that. And so when I was really little, she wanted to get me started. So I think I was about 9 or 10. I volunteered at an elderly home and gave them Christmas presents and stuff like that. And so ever since then, that sparked why I wanted to continue to help people, because like seeing the smiles on people's faces, seeing that I can change someone's life little by little just makes me happy. So seeing my mom doing that in the very beginning made me want to be just like her. I am a people person, so I always want to talk to someone and make sure they're okay. And seeing someone upset and then giving them their gifts and seeing them happy just really touched my heart. And I realized I wanted to do that for everybody. So when I went to the food bank, I didn't see the people who were getting food, but I knew that me packing these boxes were going to bring a smile to someone else's face. I would tell people to start with little things like donating your clothes to women's shelters, or that's volunteering, that's helping people. I would say the food bank always needs help. So going up to the food bank for 2 hours, just packing boxes, donating school supplies, or donating things for young girls, and stuff like that. Just start off small before you get to the big projects. In the fall, I'll be attending Auburn University, and I think the biggest thing for me to get involved on campus is starting new volunteering opportunities and being a part of old ones. I really want to leave an impact on the Auburn campus, increase volunteering with the students around me.
In today's 901 Now, we're sharing how a White Station middle school student is launching a campaign to provide the less fortunate with pillows, something most of us take for granted each night. Action News 5's Taylor Tucker sat down with the young man to learn more about his pillow campaign.
I like to give back to the community, and I love this.
Those aren't just lyrics to a song, but action words for Satvik Srinivas.
I always serve by pay it forward. That's what my parents have instilled in me. They always say to give back to the community.
At just 12 years old, Srinivas excels in school and music, but his real passion lies in helping others, a task he's not too young for.
Age does not matter. It depends on how you feel in your heart and how much care that you have.
His latest care, raising funds to get pillows to give to the less fortunate.
I saw a few families sleeping without a pillow, and I put my shoes in their shoes and said, how would it feel to sleep without any cushion, Because I had to sleep over with my friends, and I didn't sleep with any pillow just to see how it would feel, and it felt more than awful.
That was enough motivation for him to do something about it. In a span of 2 months, Srinivas collected 50 to 75 pillows to donate to the Dorothy Day House homeless shelter. Using his music and art as a marketing strategy, he's even gathered support from local mattress firms. All that's left, getting the pillows to the ones that need it the most.
I want to give as many because what happens in Dorothy Day House is they have a lot of families, but then they move out. Amazing part of it is they get to take their pillow with them, which is great because sometimes, they might not have the money right then and there, so they get a pillow.
In Memphis, Taylor Tucker, Action News 5.
I am a student ambassador at St. Benedict at Arbondale High School, and I also volunteer at Vance Avenue 2 weeks, and I go there and I donate clothes, food, and I also donate shoes, electronics, etc. My mother inspired me to volunteer. She has always given back to her community, and my grandmother, she has always given back what she didn't need, and if she needed stuff, she would always donate it, and she would never take advantage of people with giving different items. She would always, whatever she doesn't use, she would just give it back to her community. Well, I started a foundation back in January of this year. It's called the Alexis Nicole Stout Foundation, and it's just giving back to my community, old clothes, food, shoes. And the reason I started this foundation was because growing up, I had a lot of stuff, and I have always wanted to give back, even when I was little. And just seeing how many people in the world don't have as much stuff growing up really hurts to know that not a lot of parents could be in the right position to give their kids what they need. And I think just giving back to them will really make me happy. When you give back to your community, I don't care if it's rich, poor, if you're in middle class, it's always great to give back. Even though you may not know people are struggling, it's always great to donate because you can meet new people and you can encourage other people to start donating, and that can really be a really big deal.
Thank you to each of you for your profound impact that you make on the communities that you serve. This year's recipient of the 2024 Youth Volunteer of the Year Award is Alexis Nicole Stout.
Celebrate. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration.
Alexis was not able to join us. We have
a good time.
Mom and Dad. Okay.
celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration.
Congratulations to Alexis on being the 2024 Youth Volunteer of the Year Award. That's going to be some great news at Cheer Camp. Now, on to our Adult Volunteer of the Year Award. Here are the finalists for our Adult Volunteer of the Year Award for 2024.
Volunteering impacts the community because that is our social responsibility to give back into our city, into our community, into the organizations and different involvements that we have going on. With me volunteering, I actually am a part of a lot of different organizations within the city of Memphis. I volunteer with not only Chick-fil-A Mid-South, but a lot of my sponsors that are a part of Couture Cares. We turn around and give back to them as well. We make prom dreams come true for young ladies that are in high school each and every year. The joy that it brings to my heart, the fulfillment that comes along with just giving back, doing for others, seeing smiles, seeing happy faces, getting big hugs, that's what it's all about. We need more people that are actually committed, that actually understand what volunteering is and actually giving back the time and not just coming for the actual day, because it's a process. A process is a year, 6 months. There are things behind the scenes that actually have to be done, whether it's sponsorship, whether it's just rolling up t-shirts, whether it's getting snacks together, volunteer list. It's a lot of things that actually have to be done behind the scenes to make the day a success. If I can come home and say, job well done, that's all I wanted. To know that I put forth a good effort to what I was doing, and whether it was getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to actually be there, or if it's 9 or 10 o'clock, but I gave it my all. That's the main thing right there. And I give it my all at each and every volunteer opportunity that I have. Be fully committed, be consistent with it, not just 1 year, but try to do it each and every year, whether it's in the rain, snow, sun, whatever it is, just be consistent with it and just give it your all so that you can feel proud, you can be happy, and you can also feel good about yourself that you've actually done something for others.
I think for me, volunteering is community ownership. For you to be a volunteer in your community means that you are taking part in both the positives and the negatives of your community. I feel that most people simply live in their community and live their own lives without involving themselves too much in the lives of others, as well as the negatives of others or the problems that others have. So for me, volunteering is about taking ownership of the community as a whole, the problems that we have as a whole, the positives that we have as a whole, and seeing how we can work together to improve things as a whole. We do a lot of work with organizations like St. Jude, neighborhood Christian centers, whether it be fundraising or mentorship type programs. A lot of what I do is within the realm of mentorship and helping mainly minority youth, whether it be with financial things or professional mentorship, things of that nature. But a big part of what I do as well is garner other volunteers in my realm of being. So other young minorities that typically wouldn't be exposed to volunteering is mainly, I think, why I enjoy what I do. I think for me and my parents, both of them growing up were extremely large advocates of community, both being aware of your community, but also being involved of your community. So with that, they had me volunteering extremely young. I think I first started volunteering when I was about 8 or 9 with things that I really didn't even understand what I was doing, but I understood that it was good. We also have taken volunteer trips, both domestically and abroad to other countries, where we're physically volunteering, doing labor. We were in Peru building bathrooms in villages that didn't have running water. So it really just depends. It's a wide range of volunteering. But typically speaking, it's geared towards the less fortunate minorities for me. But in that service, I was able to connect with so many people there locally, who at this point I'm still connected with. I still talk to them frequently. And they're almost like a distant family for me. And so through this service, both, we were able to do the good work. We're also able to connect with so many people that were there.
I think volunteering impacts the community in a positive way, creating a change, for impoverished communities, those who are trying to change their lives and things like that. So I do a lot of things. I actually have volunteered at the animal shelter. I volunteer with a nonprofit called Memphis Dream Center, and that's where they actually do a grocery distribution for the impoverished community. I personally started my own outreach where I supply basic necessities for those in impoverished communities who probably can't afford to purchase clothing for their babies, as babies grow quickly, and those who, probably just need a change of wardrobe and wearing the same thing, same shoes for ample amount of time. And so my outreach basically, we collect donations from those who are willing to give, and then we distribute it to the impoverished community. I've been around a lot of people who volunteered, but I would personally, for me, would be Jesus. He came as a servant rather than to be served. And reading the stories is how he gave himself, but he did not come to be served, but to serve others. And to me, that was very selfless, to be depicted as a king, but willing to serve others. Also say my mother, she gave not only to us, she has 5 kids, but she would bring us out into the community to serve those in New Orleans, Louisiana. And so we'll either distribute food to people, hand out pamphlets, or encourage random strangers. And so those two play the biggest part in my servitude. But what I recall is one mother coming in and she said she only had like 2 onesies and she didn't have the means to wash clothes. And so coming in to be able to find an outfit for her daughter, was beneficial for her. So I think that let me know that I made an impact, because sometimes you could just feel like, what am I doing? Is this really making a difference? But to see her like cry and thank me and hug me and say, thank you for doing this because I needed this, that made the most of an impact in my life.
Congratulations and thank you to all of our finalists for the work that you do. The recipient of the 2024 Adult Volunteer of the Year Award is Matthew Salah.
I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life with my faith in the people, but the people let me down. So I turn the other way and I carry on anyhow. That's why I'm telling you, I just want to celebrate, another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life. Had my hand on a dollar bill, and the dollar bill blew away.
Now I will turn things back over to Stephanie to introduce our next award category.
Congratulations to Matt and Alexis. I understand Alexis is at cheer camp, so that is why she is not with us today. I knew she was busy. All right. Now, our next awards will be Nonprofit of the Year and the Corporate Citizen of the Year. Over 500 nonprofit organizations partner with Volunteer Memphis each year to offer service projects across the Mid-South. Also, several local corporations and businesses register their employees to volunteer, and many of these businesses host their own community service events. Joining us to present this year's finalists and awardees is the Executive Director for Welcome to Memphis, Mr. Marcus Cox.
They give the tall guy this little mic. Okay. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. And congratulations to our Nonprofit of the Year finalists. These nonprofits are an exceptional group dedicated to serving the community through economic and educational development services. From health and wellness to providing food, shelter, and resources to the underserved women, to mentorship of our local youth, these organizations have a tremendous impact on our community. I am proud to introduce this year's finalists for Nonprofit of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of this significant journey as we delve into the heart and purpose of the Chief Clarence L. Cash Jr. Firefighter Foundation. We are truly honored to be your guides as we explore the mission, values, and the enduring legacy that drives our remarkable nonprofit organization. The Chief Clarence L. Cash Jr. Firefighter Foundation was established by Cynthia Cash and Clarence L. Cash III in honor of their father, Chief Clarence L. Cash Jr. Chief Cash, a dedicated firefighter who selflessly served the Shelby County community for over 3 decades, left an indelible mark through his unwavering commitment to public service. His children, Cynthia and Clarence, recognized the need to preserve their father's legacy, a legacy built upon selflessness, dedication, and a profound love for the community. This foundation was created to ensure that his spirit continues to shine. At the heart of our mission lies the Shelby County, Tennessee firefighters and dispatchers who exemplify leadership and an unwavering commitment to public service. We firmly believe that these individuals deserve recognition and support. Our foundation aspires to be a pillar of strength and a beacon of education in our community. We partner to ensure mental health assistance and balance with the trauma side of the job, and we deliver snacks to all shifts. We want to ensure they are aspiring firefighters who grow in their careers and continue to serve their communities with excellence. This journey inspires us and highlights the genuine impact of the Chief Clarence L. Cash Jr. Firefighter Foundation. Our foundation actively engages in outreach and educational programs that benefit the community as a whole. From fire safety workshops to community service events, we are committed to making a difference in the lives of those we serve. Thank you for embarking on this journey with us. We hope you'll consider supporting our cause and becoming a partner in our shared mission. We will positively impact the community and support our Shelby County firefighters and dispatchers while honoring the memory of a true hero, Chief Clarence L. Cash Jr.
Well, now we're on the inside of the Christopher Pugh II Center for Young Men and Young Adults. I'm here with Miss Judith Pugh, the mom and founder of this beautiful center. Hello, Judith. Hi. Welcome. Thank you. I just want to know, this is such a beautiful organization. Tell me, how did it get started? What's your story?
So I lost my son, my only son, in 2019 to gun violence. My son was stationed at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. He was actually hanging off post with some of his buddies, and there was an altercation in an establishment, which we'll call a hole in the wall. Wow. There was a shootout. My son was the only fatality that night. So instead of me just going somewhere and burying myself, I knew that I needed to do something purposeful, meaningful. And so I opened up the center, and so we service men coming out of incarceration, homeless men, veterans, and boys connected with juvenile courts. So this room is for film and production. Anything that the young men can do, they can edit film, they can do podcasting. We have 2 sections just dedicated to film and production. So this is some of our financial literacy that we teach. This is Mr. Craig Crandall, and so he is the head of the financial literacy. So Craig, can you kind of tell us a little bit about what you're teaching today?
So we talk about the importance of, emergency funds, getting out there, investing, just on a basic level.
We're so fortunate to have some amazing partners here at the Christopher A. Pugh Center. We have financial literacy, we have HVAC, we have film production and culinary, and we have grant writers on staff. Are there things we need? Absolutely. We're looking for funding, we're looking for transportation, we're looking for donations, volunteers. There are a multitude of things that you can come and do at the CPC Center.
There's enough room for us to invite our friends, our guests that are unsheltered to come in and use the space. It's really unused space. It's almost outside of being spiritually right. It's economically right. It just makes sense.
We started to see a few more women. It was mostly the ones who had probably been on the streets a long time and didn't have any quick solutions. And then the moratorium on evictions happened. All of a sudden, we saw families. We saw young men. We saw young women. We saw young couples, but then they started coming with kids.
I'm not a rich man. I'm stuck in quicksand. I'm a fan. Driving.
Finding housing in Memphis is one of the hardest things, especially when you have barriers that's going on within your personal life that can't get you in the perfect neighborhood for your family, or, I don't know, close to a grocery store where you can provide for your family if you don't have a car.
I had people that supported me, instead of downing me for, the life that I was living. They was like, you got this, just to get a new start and a new opportunity. I would say they'll say better late than never.
Congratulations again to our finalists, and thank you for the important work you do for the Mid-South. This year's recipient of the Nonprofit of the Year Award is the Christopher Pugh Center. Congratulations.
I wanna celebrate you. I wanna celebrate. I got joy singing in my soul. Turn me up like a radio. I can't keep it to myself, and I don't even want to. Tune me in to your frequency, running through every part of me till I become the song singing back to you. I got to.
Our next award category is the Corporate Citizen of the Year, traditionally given to the local corporation or business that made an exceptional positive impact on the Mid-South through service. Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis have had a long-standing relationship with our local corporations and businesses. And we are honored to recognize this year's finalists for the Corporate Citizen of the Year Award. Each organization has prepared a video highlighting their work in the community.
Our purpose is to feed the human spirit, and it's not just a tagline, it's in our DNA. We go beyond just passing out donations or having these big mock check presentations. We actually put on our Blue Kroger shirts and we put boots to the ground. So some of our biggest partners are the local food banks. We have Mid-South Food Bank right here in Memphis area. But then also we partner with those small, medium, even large-sized nonprofits who are doing the great work that align with our corporate social responsibility pillars, which is Zero Hunger, Zero Waste, which is diversity, equity, inclusion, which is health and nutrition, which is education. All good things that really support the communities where we operate. I I've been in this role for 2 years, but not new to the work itself. When I can see a child or a family receive food, just basic necessities that a lot of us take for granted, when we're able to come into a community, partner with an organization who's already doing the work, and increase their capacity to serve more people, to do more good, I'm most proud of that. You have to have a heart for it. If you do not have a heart for the work, it will show. It is not about photo ops. It is not about getting recognition at all. It is about just doing the work and making yourself better and making the people around you better, your neighborhood, your community better. That's what it's about. And it's just a good thing that I can partner with a great company like Kroger to do even more of that.
Hello, I'm Zach Pretzer. I'm honored to serve as the president of the Methodist Healthcare Foundation. Our mission is to support the health and well-being of our entire community through compassionate care, innovative programs, and unwavering support for our patients, families, and our own MLH team members. Every day, the foundation works tirelessly to make a difference in the lives of those we serve. From providing financial assistance to patients in need, to funding cutting-edge medical research and technology, we are dedicated to enhancing the quality of care across Memphis and the entire Mid-South. Now our efforts extend beyond our hospital's walls too. We invest in community health initiatives, educational programs, and partnerships that address the social determinants of health challenges our communities face. This holistic approach ensures that everyone, regardless of their circumstances, has access to the resources and the care they need to thrive. Thanks to the generosity of our donors and our volunteers, the Methodist Healthcare Foundation is able to provide scholarships for aspiring healthcare professionals, support for families facing medical crises, and programs that promote wellness and prevention. We are truly honored to be recognized as a finalist for the Corporate Citizen of the Year Award, and we share this honor with everyone who supported our mission. Together, we are building a healthier and a stronger future for all. Thank you for believing in our work and for helping us make a lasting impact on those we are truly privileged to serve.
Power Media Solutions is a public relations and marketing firm. We've been around for a little bit now. And so we offer PR and marketing services to entrepreneurs, individuals, companies, mid-level. We teach. We're heavy in the teaching and training and educating entrepreneurs about business acumen and how to be respected in your business. I've always been a servant-minded individual from my upbringing. That starts at home. So I was raised to be a servant-driven individual. My entire family is like this. We serve, we give, we do it. And it's important and it's very fulfilling too. It's something about when you give of yourself to help others. It's a fulfillment and a joy and a feeling that is hard to describe. And so when I see someone that I have been instrumental in assisting and to see the look on their face and their enjoyment, it makes you feel good. Like, you know what, I'm gonna do this again. When people see their business owners and local businesses in the community collaborating and being in the trenches, it does something for the morale in the community. So you want to, or you should, be actively engaged in volunteering if you're a business owner. And I just believe in that.
Well, all right. Congratulations to all our finalists for the impact you make on the Mid-South. This year's Corporate Citizen of the Year Award is presented to Methodist Le Bonheur Healthcare Foundation. winners. And now back to Stephanie Skurlock.
You know, I love the personal stories when we talk about the nonprofits that went into forming them. You know, a mother lost her son, but yet turned it into something positive. You know, you are to be commended for that. And again, congratulations to Methodist Le Bonheur Healthcare Foundation on being this year's Corporate Citizen of the Year. Our next award is the Healthcare Humanitarian Award. This group of healthcare workers has demonstrated outstanding commitment to the health of the Mid-South. Here to recognize this year's finalist and award recipient is Sarah Coley, Senior Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer for Methodist Le Bonheur Healthcare and Volunteer Memphis Chair. So please welcome her to the stage. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Stephanie. I don't know about you all, but I'm inspired. Hearing all these stories is just so very, very inspirational. Congratulations to our finalists. And thank you for the life-saving work that you do. I could not be more passionate about healthcare and the delivery to our community, and you all are doing just that. So we are thrilled to share with you all the finalists. You will see them on the screen.
I have always been a volunteer in the Memphis area. Right now, I'm heavily involved with the Indian Community Fund, who is they're an entity in Memphis that disperses funds throughout nonprofits. Our mission is to provide volunteers for various organizations, including the one I work at, Church Health, as well as Memphis Food Bank, MIFA, and others in the area, in several shelters for unhoused that we provide food. One of my favorite things about the Indian Community Fund that they have done a great job in helping me at my job at Church Health is that a lot of the physicians in the Indian community volunteer their time as subspecialists to see our patients for free, which is a huge deal with that lack of access of healthcare in the Memphis area. Other things that we do that are so important is that the kids get involved. Our families and their parents and children are all involved in food distribution at Mid-South Food Bank. They deliver meals from MIFA. They do a lot of other things in the community, such as making sandwiches that we take to churches such as St. Vincent's and others around town. So it's a great way to care about your community and learn about the neighborhoods in Memphis, as well as leave a legacy and impact to the community. You know, volunteering, it doesn't matter if it's an hour a week, an hour a day, or 10 hours a day. It is incredibly satisfying, fulfilling to do it. Nobody ever says, I wish I hadn't done that. It's always a really good time. You meet interesting people, you help your community, and there's just a sense of accomplishment that goes with it.
Hello, my name is Asia Jackson, and I'm a manager at Baptist Memorial Healthcare. I manage oncology, financial counseling, and patient assistance. What motivates me to do what I do every day is the need for authentic care in healthcare. Patients need to know that we hear them, and we're listening.
Our communities face a lot of challenges, ranging from educational challenges, financial challenges, poverty, healthcare challenges, and just kind of the daily struggle to get by. The services that are provided on different levels, from a public service standpoint, from a private service standpoint, are often not adequate enough to help our community members deal with those challenges. That's where volunteers come in. Volunteers spend their hard-earned free time to help those in need. And it's a way of connecting with our community. It's a way of building bridges across the various divides that exist in our communities. And volunteering allows us to really humble ourselves in the service of our fellow human being. One of the things that I do is I volunteer for the Memphis Muslim Medical Clinic, and it's a charity nonprofit clinic that sees uninsured patients regardless of their background. And it sees patients with chronic illnesses such as diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and so on. And I volunteer as a physician there. There's a very famous saying of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, where he says, "I wish for my brother what I wish for myself." If you're in your home safe with your belly full and your neighbor is starving, then you haven't achieved true faith. And so part of that informs service to others. By no means am I the only one doing this. There are many other dedicated people who work at the clinic who deserve more credit than I do. We always try to strive to do more, and we strive to excel in what we do. It's never an individual that is responsible for everything. There's always a team, and all of the members of the team deserve credit for going out of their way to provide that help and those volunteering services.
Congratulations to all of our finalists. You make all of us proud in the work that you're doing every day. The recipient of this year's Healthcare Humanitarian Award is Asia Jackson.
Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times.
Well, congratulations to Asia, wherever she is. But we will make sure that she gets this award. She's probably very busy doing some volunteer work right now. But congratulations to Asia and to all of our awardees and finalists tonight. Give them a round of applause. We're not done yet. We have 3 more awards to hand out in recognition of their contributions to Volunteer Memphis. So to present the recipients of this year's Impact Awards, let's welcome back President and CEO of Volunteer Memphis and Leadership Memphis, Reggie Crenshaw.
Thank you, Stephanie. And let's have one more round of applause for all the awardees and finalists of our 2024 Volunteer Memphis Awards. There's one thing I would like to just echo. The awards are, the way that this works is that there's a nomination that comes in. The nominations comes in from the public. Then once we receive all the nominations from the different categories, we actually allow people to do a vote. So this year we had over 6,000 votes for the awards in the different categories. So these are awards that are nominated by the people, are voted on by the people based on the work that others see you doing. So it's really important, as my dad and my mom used to tell me, that oftentimes when you do things, you don't do it for gratitude, but other people are watching. Kids are watching. There's other people who want to emulate those behaviors. So it's really important to be the impact person that you need to be, because you never know, the one thing that you're doing may spark someone else to do something even more amazing. So I really appreciate what everyone's doing. And now, you know, for us, I think this is towards the end of the program, and we want to get into the Impact Awards. So while Volunteer Memphis Awards are designed to celebrate exceptional service across the Mid-South, our Impact Awards recognize the outstanding work done by nonprofits, corporations, and community advocates on behalf of Volunteer Memphis events and programs. First up is our Nonprofit Impact Award. With the vision to unite the community through service and a mission to support the independence of vulnerable seniors and families in crisis through impactful programs, the Metropolitan Interfaith Association, fondly known as MIFA, has been making a difference in our community since 1968. In collaborations with corporations, foundations, congregations, donors, and volunteers, MIFA currently serves over 40,000 people annually. MIFA values welcoming and respecting all people, acting with integrity, valuing individual initiative and ability, serving individuals in the community as an act of faith, and balancing humanitarian goals with sound business practices. MIFA believes that their service and advocacy reinforce each other and are essential to achieving its mission. On a separate note, MIFA, when we were doing our CDC grant, we approached them and said, hey, we need help to get some items out to seniors. And of course, it was a HUD grant, and the HUD grant is really difficult. We had to get social security numbers, blinded, and all of this stuff. And we did a contract with MIFA, and MIFA gave out all those items that we had to all their seniors on our behalf. So there was a strong, strong tie that we had with MIFA. I really greatly appreciate the work that MIFA did. They didn't have to do it, but it was a combination of two organizations working together to benefit underserved people that needed help. So join me in congratulating MIFA as the 2024 Nonprofit Impact Award recipient.
One of my favorite stories about how MIFA formed, because I am a huge believer in the rainbow after the storm, is MIFA's story. MIFA was actually formed in the aftermath of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Our religious leaders, our city leaders, our neighborhood leaders, they came together. They said, the city is bleeding and we have to make some good come out of it, hence the birth of MIFA.
MIFA is an organization that's passionate about serving the community. Our mission and vision is to unite the community through service, and we do that by having volunteers from all walks of life, whether it's through faith-based organizations, foundations, corporations, individuals. Everyone who has a passion to serve seems like they come and they serve very well at MIFA.
I love being able to visit people, say hello to them, have a conversation with them. I love being able to do that and have that opportunity every day. I love MIFA. MIFA's the best.
Last fiscal year, we served, I believe it was 4,418 seniors, 737,000 meals, whether in their homes at one of our 16 congregate sites, and we can't do that alone. So again, we are truly grateful for our volunteers.
We have a lot of volunteers that I admire so much because they deliver and then they go to work right after. And they deliver Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and still go to work right after. So obviously balancing work and home life and volunteer life is a challenge. Our volunteers are up to it. They step up all the time. I know I'm biased, but I say MIFA has the best volunteers in the world. And Meals on Wheels volunteers especially are especially dedicated, motivated, caring, and concerned about their seniors.
It's rewarding for me even just to be employed there, and I see the volunteers coming, they're excited, and that just does my heart good too.
Congratulations to MIFA. Now, we're going to turn our attention to the Corporate Impact Award recipient. AutoZone has been committed to providing a rich culture and history of going the extra mile for its customers and community for 45 years, with its beginnings in 1979. Enriched with a culture of service to both customers and employees, AutoZone works hard to live its pledge and share its passion for WOW, customer service and active community involvement. Pitt Hyde's dedication and commitment to philanthropy have led AutoZone to build a solid foundation of giving back to communities. Pitt and his wife, Barbara, continue to be visionaries of philanthropy, community involvement, and high-impact initiatives. From the AutoZone Women's Initiative and its AZ Next Gen program to its Black Business Resource Group and support for veterans and active military service members, AutoZone exhibits its core values of caring about people both inside and outside the walls of its operations every day. It is our honor to celebrate AutoZone as the 2024 Corporate Leader Impact Award recipient. Our final Impact Award is the Community Advocate Impact Award. As Leadership Memphis top volunteer, completing 640 hours of volunteerism in 2023, Julie Schmidt tirelessly devotes her time to several organizations such as St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, American Red Cross, the Tennessee Shakespeare Company, Memphis Botanic Garden, Code Crew, and Black Girls Code. She also volunteers with the Humane Society of Memphis and Tunica, as well as with several other local rescues. Julie believes that volunteering allows her to make a meaningful impact, develop new skills, and forge lasting friendships. Her inspiration comes from Martin Luther King Jr., whose message of love and equality has motivated her to serve her community. Julie encourages others to make a significant impact by identifying tasks that others may overlook and offering to take them on. She suggests starting with activities that align with her personal passions and strengths to boost confidence and ensure a meaningful contribution. Let me first just say, Julie has been the #1 volunteer in our system for probably the last 3 years. Congratulations to Julie Schmidt as the Community Advocate Impact Award recipient.
I always say that as a volunteer, I'm loving Memphis back. Memphis has afforded me so many opportunities since I moved here in 1990, and being a volunteer allows me to support the community that I love. This is Sig from the Humane Society, Humane Society Memphis in Shelby County. He is 5 months old and looking for an amazing forever home. I do lots of things. As you can see, I'm a dog walker. I support Memphis Humane Society. I work events. I help training the dogs and cleaning the kennels, pretty much anything that's needed. Also, I'm a foster. I have fostered 35 dogs so far. I volunteer at Memphis Botanic Gardens along with Tennessee Shakespeare Company, and I live in Bartlett, and I support Bartlett's Closet. And then my full-time job is I work at ALSAC, which is the fundraising and awareness organization for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I support any volunteer efforts that they have, including working events. I've worked events all through the nation, just supporting our cause. I probably look forward to, in some aspects, of being able to become a full-time, 100% volunteer. Volunteering will be my retirement job, if you will. It will allow me more time to sign up for more opportunities and become even more involved and be able to love Memphis back at a higher capacity. Without volunteer work, I feel like my heart is not happy, so I don't mind giving the time at all.
Congratulations to all the award recipients, and now I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie Skurlock.
Well, thank you for allowing me to serve as your MC for the evening, and congratulations again to all of our honorees, our finalists. You all have done some amazing work this past year, and so you are to be commended. Give yourselves a round of applause. We want to note that everyone in this room who was nominated is a winner. So afterwards, there are certificates for everyone to come up and receive your certificate. So you could see Reggie for that, and you will get it. And remember this day, because we love you and nothing you can do about it. I'll turn it back over to Reggie.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. Let's have a round of applause for Stephanie Skurlock as our MC for tonight. Congratulations and thank you again to all the Impact Award recipients, our Volunteer Memphis awardees and finalists, as well as our sponsors, the Leadership Memphis board members, and supporters that made the Volunteer Memphis Awards possible. Thank you to all the presenting sponsors, International Paper and Memphis Tourism, and the Memphis City Council and Volunteer Tennessee. Without their support, Volunteer Memphis would not be able to host events like this and be able to continue to engage the Mid-South volunteers. Thank you to all our bronze sponsors, Methodist Bonner Healthcare Foundation and MIFA, and a special thank you to Leadership Memphis alumni, volunteer donors, and corporate and nonprofit sponsors for your continued support of Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis. And our success is a result of our invaluable partnership. And also let me say congratulations and thank you to our bronze sponsor, Alsac and St. Jude as well. Thank you all for attending this evening and for supporting Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis. Before we wrap up, I would like to welcome Ebony Moore, Director of Volunteer Memphis and Community Outreach, to make a few closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Reggie. Since everybody's telling personal stories, I just have to say I was driving here and my niece said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going to this event." And she said, "What is the event about?" And I said, "It's about community." She went on to say, "What is a community?" And it just came to me. I said, it means commune in unity. So thank you so much for coming out tonight and communing in unity with us. We've heard some great stories and there is so much work being done here. I'm just elated and I'm just so overjoyed. And so I have a couple of things that I'd like to say to kind of close out the program. And I have to put on my eyes. But again, thank you to everyone for coming this evening to the 7th Annual Volunteer Memphis Awards. I want to congratulate all. Why don't I just take this out if I can? Nope, I'll just stand here. I want to congratulate all of our award recipients, finalists, and Impact awardees on their recognition. Thank you as well to International Paper and Memphis Tourism for being presenting sponsors for this program and supporting Mid-South volunteers. I also want to acknowledge all the hard work from our Leadership Memphis board, which we have here, and the Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis staff. If you would wave your hand, staff. And this was truly a collaborative effort. And without you, I could not have done it. You all are so amazing. The Volunteer Memphis Awards are not just about honoring these incredible volunteers, nonprofits, businesses, and healthcare workers making a difference in their communities. They are about inspiring volunteerism across the Mid-South by showing people the selfless service being done in making others' lives better. Volunteer Memphis is grateful and humbled to be able to recognize that work and provide people opportunities to join in and volunteer. To everyone in our audience, I hope you can take a few minutes to register on our volunteer portal, and I know most of you are already registered, right? Okay. Not only can we connect you with in-person and virtual volunteering opportunities that fit your schedule, but we have an easy-to-use mobile app that allows you to track your volunteering on your phone. We are currently gearing up for our annual 9/11 Day of Remembrance and Service that will benefit Mid-South first responders on the 23rd anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Over the years, we have served more than 2,000 first responders and had over 400 volunteers. This year, we want to do even more. If you are interested in volunteering for this great event, please feel free to contact me. You can deliver or serve meals, or if you'd like to donate food or money to purchase meal for first responders, please do not hesitate to speak with me. I just like to say last year, it was such a great event. We actually served 771 firefighters across about 36 fire stations. And obviously the volunteers from the organizations, they were so elated. You know, our firefighters, they actually get up every day and they put their lives in danger. So that's the least that we could do to show that we actually appreciate them. We wanted to honor them. On a final note, as servant leaders, we are called to lead by example. That is why Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis frequently partner with organizations to provide support and solutions to some of the metro area's most critical needs. One of our most recent areas of focus has been disaster preparedness, and we are proud to help lead this work through VOAD. VOAD, actually, I have some of my VOAD team members here, and VOAD is a coalition of independent volunteer organizations involved in all stages of a disaster by fostering cooperation, working together effectively, dedicated collaboration, providing education and training, and supporting efforts to reduce future adverse effects of disasters. So whether you see us leading campaigns like Sleeves Up, providing leadership training, curating custom volunteer events for our area's corporations and organizations, or helping to promote disaster preparedness, Leadership Memphis and Volunteer Memphis always stands ready to serve. Thank you again for being here. Please feel free to network and enjoy yourself. Again, thank you so much for communing in unity.